Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Telesummit, How to Quickly Access Your Eternal Wisdom Summit. I'm pleased to be back hosting my new Telesummit. The goal of this event is through our expert speakers' own experience with accessing their eternal wisdom to give you a revolutionary idea concerning accessing your own wisdom. Once you've learned how to do this, your life will become an everyday miracle. This is Michael Tibbetts. I'm the founder and CIO, that's Chief Inspirational Officer of our family healing ministry, the Family Center for the Sacred Heart. I'm also the moderator for this very special event. I have led through God's ever-present guidance my own family healing journey for the past 31 years. I pass on the same wisdom to other families who are willing to take the first courageous step, the most difficult one, onto God's healing path. I've helped hundreds of families begin and nurture their own restorative journeys. Our ministry's vision is creating a new container for love to change the world one healing family at a time. Please check out our ministry services at our website at www.myfamilyhealer.com. That's www.myfamilyhealer.com. And my two books, number 1, The 7 Divine Lessons of Family Healing, and number 2, 4 Revelations on Love. These two books may be found under the Products tab on the website's homepage. Today it is my privilege to interview Aurora Juliana Ariel. Before I start Tori's interview, I would like to tell you a little bit about her. Whether it's pioneering work in the psyche, heading her global healing ministry, bringing out her landmark discoveries in global conferences, writing books, facilitating healings, leading trainings, or expressing her musical talents, Aurea possesses the proverbial Midas touch. Her brand of alchemy is a sacred sort, yielding a gold one can only discover within. Pioneering doctor and scientist, author, musician, entrepreneur and producer, mystic and healer, Aurea is a Renaissance woman for the new Millennium. Number 1 best-selling author, creator of TheQuest, and award-winning author of the Earth 1220-33 series, Aurora is a pioneering doctor whose research and work have given her a profound understanding of the psyche and the tools to heal an ailing humanity. She has successfully healed conditions once thought incurable, irreversible, or unchangeable, releasing countless individuals from life sentences of suffering. A living testimony of her work, she is now sharing her alchemical keys with the global community, helping others realize a higher destiny than the fate their human programs would dictate. Dedicating her life to the advancement of humanity into an age of freedom, enlightenment, and peace, she founded a vast humanitarian endeavor with 7 vehicles. The 7-star global healing mission includes the Aurora Trust, the Temple of Sacred Alchemy, Institute of Advanced Healing, TheQuest University, Earth Vision Foundation, AEOS, and Sacred Alchemy Films. Aurora was awakened in her teens to a planetary consciousness that inspired her mission and dedicated her life to the healing and advancement of humanity. At that young age, she received an extraordinary divine sponsorship that helped guide her destiny, giving her a vast body of knowledge, deep understanding of global conditions, their underlying causes and remedies, and an exceptional healing ability that has resulted in countless transformed lives since she was 16. Aurora holds over 38 certificates and degrees in advanced healing methods, as well as a BA, MA, and PhD in psychology. She is also a kahuna in the Hawaiian tradition, successor of Shaolin Grandmaster Pang in the Morna Samana lineage. Aurora's top title is TheQuest, Heal Your Life, Change Your Destiny. Let us all take some time to welcome Aurora Juliana Ariel. Welcome, Aurora.
Thank you, Michael. Really grateful to be here today and share all about TheQuest and how it can heal our lives and change our destiny.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Well, let's get on with the questions. Number 1, how do you access your own eternal wisdom, and how has this wisdom changed your life and the way you work with your clients?
somehow, miraculously, I was able to do that very young. And I went through an awakening process in my teens, starting around 13, 14 years old. And I was having memories, divine visitations, and also a connection with my own inner guidance system. And by the time I was 16, I realized I was on a mission to Earth, that I had come to be a vessel of healing and a blessing for humanity, a light to the world. I also became aware in those years that I was one of many who came at this time so we could help our planet, help this planet move into a more enlightened future. And that the one thing that I needed to do, which has become my one creed and the only creed in the global healing mission and ministry that I give to others, is to follow our inner divine selves unfailingly, that living spirit within that is really the source of the greatest guidance that we could ever receive in our journey through Earth, which sometimes is so fraught with dilemmas and confusion. But if we turn within and we follow that, our inner selves, we follow that inner guidance, we can never go wrong.
Absolutely, yeah. And as we said at the beginning, that once you tap into that, your life becomes an everyday miracle. Next question, what is the quest?
Well, before I get into the quest, I want to talk about what you just said, that life becomes an everyday miracle. And, you know, I found that to be absolutely true, that not only do we have this living spirit, this radiant presence within, but if we can live in it more often and most often, we will be living in that miracle consciousness that allows us to realize a higher destiny on Earth. So as I get into the quest, I'm going to be giving a way out. I'm going to be showing a way out for humanity out of the human dilemmas, the programs and all that have beset us and layered over this spirit within, and how we can actualize more of that greater potential and live in this miracle consciousness, be the living, radiant presence of who we are most often, even while cleaning up the programs and patterns. So I love that you brought in the miracle. It's a miraculous way of life.
It really is. Well, I see, in my own experience, what happens is I not only see God working in my life on a daily basis, but in other people's lives, and that's a real privilege.
It's a truly joyous way to live, and to also see things from a higher vantage point, so we're not lost in the dilemmas and the travail going on Earth and infecting ourselves with all the bad things going on, but it helps us really see all the miracles, all the blessings, and what amazing time we're in and what a historic time we're in on Earth. And also to awaken to who we really are in this equation, the planetary equation, why we're important, and why our own healing, our own transformation and transfiguration is such an important key to our birthing this more enlightened world.
Yes. Well, as you said, we can, because we're living out of our higher self, we can step back and, we become like an eye in the middle of the hurricane.
Yeah. But we can see the beauty because we're in a very abundant and gorgeous world, a spectacular world. It's amazing here. But so if we're run by our programs and patterns and these what I call inner aspects or inner subconscious, younger parts of us that are all in turmoil and stressed out and frustrated, we miss the glory, right? But it's not that it doesn't exist and that we're in this dark world. It just is who can really see, who has eyes to see the beauty, the majesty, and grace of the glorious place we're in. And
Right.
that doesn't mean in some la-la land reality where we're not facing the dilemmas of Earth, but why should we be all infected with it? We can be more effective in bringing remedies to humanity when we are in what I call our authentic self, our true nature. And that's what the quest is all about. I developed a way after years and years of pioneering work in the psyche and becoming a pioneer doctor in my field of psychology, neuroscience, and health. I found a way to unlock and free us from that human conditioning, the programming that then keeps appearing on the screen of our lives and creating all the havoc and all the bad movies.
Tell us about the quest.
Well, the quest is a psychological healing system I developed, and it is like NLP or Gestalt or any of these counseling theories and practices that came out in the last century. And it's very cutting edge. I would call it the Ferrari model of psychological or soul healing. And basically, I put it into a 7-step process that is a inner journey experience of awakening. It's very much about self-discovery, the true self, the true identity, and also identifying these parts of us, these younger aspects of us that are having an issue, are upset, are creating a life challenge, or some dilemma like a relationship issue, financial issues, or whatever's going on in our life that is causing stress. And it allows us to access those subconscious parts of us and bring them through a complete transformation. Mm-hmm. And what occurs is we return. We go from misery and upset or heartbreak or devastation or irritation to peace in minutes, back to the peace of our true nature. We're restored back to our authentic self. Not only that, we've healed age-old programs that have been running down our family lines and all of humanity. And when we do this inner work, we really are helping move all of humanity forward, because when any of us heal ourselves and transform these subconscious aspects, there is that link up in the psyche of all humanity. So there's that 100th monkey effect of positive planetary change that comes from this work. Because as we're healing those parts of us that are creating these challenging movies in our life, these destructive relationships or habits or ways of seeing ourselves that are limiting and disempowering, as we clean those up, we're literally redialing ourselves to a new future each time, a future line that doesn't have this playing out, that has us more coming from our authentic self and empowered by that self in all the beneficent ways, because it's allowed to manifest its glory in and through us, rather than us being run all day long by subconscious programs. So it's a very miraculous journey of self-discovery, self-empowerment, self-actualization, self-realization, which allows us to be on a higher destiny path, because we're no longer allowing the subconscious programs to run us all day long. Instead, when they start running, we do our 7 steps. So I developed as a self-healing system and created the book, The Quest, Heal Your Life, Change Your Destiny, and an audio CD or download MP3 and a journal, so that anyone in the world can do this and be living this masterful life that I've paved the way, I've showcased the way, and I live this. I wouldn't live, seriously, Michael, I wouldn't live any other way, because there's just too much downtime when we allow all the little upsets to overtake us, and we don't have clue. We don't have a clue what's going on, right? Most people just think, I'm sad, I'm angry, I'm jealous, I'm this and I'm that. No, the I am part of us, the true living spirit of who we are. We are eternal, immortal spirits, and we're just visiting Earth and utilizing these bodies as our vehicles here. The true self never is upset, is always wise, is always peaceful, is always harmonious, and is abundant. But wherever that glorious life that it would create for us, if we were totally living out of it, is not showing up, I found a way for us to clean up, clear out, and free ourselves from. So we're constantly allowing that self, that eternal immortal self, to sit in the command center within our beings, to run our lives, rather than how it has been forever on this planet of human programs running everyone's lives. So this has been a really source of great joy for me, because people are floundering and caught in the throes of all of this all of the time, yet never have known a way out, and they have all kinds of mythologies around it, like this is my karma, this is just the karmic cycle, or I was bad and I'm paying for my sins, or whatever the belief system. But what I've found is just really basically, no, there are patterns running, and you can clean it up in minutes and gain a lot of mastery and skill, and to be doing this when things arise rather than letting it play out.
So how does the quest heal your life?
Well, if you're dealing with something that's challenging, let's say, and all of us have had that, right? We've had challenging relationships. We might have a loved one in a dilemma, and we're getting infected and all upset and having downtime or sleepless nights, or we have financial issues or a health issue. When you go to that cause of it, which I found in thousands of cases, 1,000% of the time, it's all coming from the psyche. It's all coming from the subconscious program. So really seriously, everything you ever deal with of an adverse nature, any adverse condition, any challenges, any upset, any emotional upset, you're running programs. And those programs need to be addressed to stop it, stop the movie, change the movie, update, upgrade, up-level the movie to a more beneficent reality. I've done this for years and successfully changed my future lines and my destiny. I've found a way to live a higher destiny than the human programs that are dictating a way lesser fate for most humans on the planet today.
How has that higher destiny been reflected in your own life?
Living, I would say, living testimony to a higher divine plan. I think forever there's just been human projects and human plans on the earth. Most of humanity, haven't understood. They're just running programs, because even some are very noble and idealistic and all that, yet if you're driven and you have a lot of the human momentums with them, they're pretty much a human project. Mm-hmm. Where on earth has there been, a greater divine plan allowed to play out? Yet most people believe a mythology of whatever happens to them is the divine plan. But it's really not. It's the outcome of human programs. And that's why I love to be a voice of positive planetary change here and bring this knowledge that I gained out from all these landmark discoveries I made in my pioneering work. Because, forever we've lived under mythologies that have just kept us all limited. Sure. But my life much is a reflection of having attained the mastery I like to train others in. I do the quest, but I do it really fast. Once you master it, you can do it in minutes, like fast, a few minutes, unless you want to get the whole drift and a big understanding of a pattern running out, and, then it'll take a little bit longer. But really under an hour, anybody can do this. And I've taught teens. I've passed it to youth at risk. I've taken children through it. I've taught couples to do it with each other, elderly people, and I've just helped people continually with the most worst conditions and devastations and things they're undergoing to clean it up very fast. And when I train people in it to become life coaches and counselors, I train in a way that I'm helping them unlock and free themselves and raise into their higher destiny potential every step of the way over 1 year, and it's miraculous. So I guess in a nutshell, you could say I live a very miraculous life. People who know me are continually in awe because they do see me go under the weight of some challenges at times, but they see me just spring back very fast, and not from some spiritual bypass I'm doing, but really because I just go right within. The second it's running, the second I'm upset, the second I'm devastated, or whatever I'm facing, I am doing the 7 steps. I'm doing the inner work, and and then I restore myself. So, I mean, what that looks like from without, as from what my closest friends have told me, is that they just can't believe it. Because even this summer, some of the things I dealt with were just so challenging. The normal human would have been down for the count. I mean, really just down for the count, not effective, not able to continue. And I was able to continue all my global healing forums monthly and be that vessel of the mass healings I've been doing, and then the tele workshop that I give once a month on different exciting topics, and another divine healing transmission I give through that every month, and continue with all my telesummit interviews, training of my students, working with my clients, and being in my authentic self most of the time. Here I was going through the most devastating things people could face. I had a triple whammy going on for 2 months. And, there were losses and all kinds of things playing out, and I kept transforming all the parts of me that were, just being affected and infected by it, and I cleared all the way out of it, and all 3 resolved in the highest way they could have ever resolved, with the most incredible blessings coming out of it. And I would not be reaping those blessings had I not done the inner work, because the inner pieces that were creating the outer movies, they would have just kept going, and there would have been a lot of devastation. Financially, there was a lot of things going on. And so I prove this all the time, and sometimes, when I've had to go through a mini dark night experience like this was, that's when the proving ground of this work really shines forth. And that's why a lot of my closest friends are coming to my mastery training in October here, because they just witnessed all this, and they witnessed the resolve, and they witnessed the blessings I was reaping. I am reaping right now, instead of the devastation that looked like was playing out. And, that's really exciting. It's really exciting for me to show a way out for humanity and a way to live this incredible, blessed, miraculous, and masterful life. And that doesn't mean things aren't going to keep playing out. It just means we're clearing it up faster and faster, and we're cleaning it up for ourselves, our family, and all humanity.
Yeah, we have the tools to clear out the old tapes, and
or to live in it. And I don't want to live in it. I have chosen, no, I didn't come here to live in it. I came in to help clean it up. And then those who invariably find me, they want to clean up their lives and be a help to humanity as well. So.
Well, I understand that. I just had my apartment cleaned out as a reflection of that. So.
No, it is truly. I mean, it is. If we clear out our homes, it will invariably get some inner work going as well, because there's that direct reflection. If we lose weight, you definitely want to work on some inner aspects that were holding the weight on there. Whatever the condition outwardly, whether we start addressing it outwardly, the aspects will come up because they need to be cleared for us to have the new reality, or whether we get upset over an outer condition and we just go directly within, our outer reality will change. We will get that wind in our sails to drop the weight, or the weight will be dropped naturally, or we'll clean up our homes and have them be reflections of our inner selves.
Yeah, correct. What are some other benefits of the quest?
Living in your true nature most of the time, which is magical, peaceful, radiant, alive, passionate about life, happy, joyous. It's really childlike. You have more childlike wonder. You're drinking in the magic of life. You're seeing those sunsets. You're enjoying rich relationships. You're helping heal things in your life. So your health is getting better. Your relationships are thriving, or you're letting go of ones that are disempowering and not right for you anymore. There could be positive changes financially, and really an up-leveling of every area of your life. And if you do it, as things arise, you'll be riding that higher destiny wave. So you'll be having more miracles than the normal human, and synchronicities and things coming more easily and effortlessly, less work, less downtime, less hardship, less stress, and you'll be naturally just living a more balanced life, and every area of your life can be flourishing, and where there's an area that it's not, you're rolling up your sleeves and you're undoing that and resetting it back to the divine pattern. So, it's about really being a masterful. If you want to be a master, if you're a true mystic, if you really love the truth and you want to be the truth of who you are, and you want to live in that true reality instead of some false reality and false identity, then you will probably love the quest and want to avail yourself of it. And for the first time ever, I'm actually giving the Quest Forum in October. So if anyone has this inkling to come to Sedona, you're welcome to come join us. I'm having a 7-day sacred tour, Sacred Alchemist Mastery Intensive, and 3 of those days will be the certificate, level 1 training of self-mastery with the quest. But it's right there all in the book, and so wherever people are on the planet, I've given it in a very concise way so that it's easy to apply and you can rock and roll with it and really, really have a lot of miracles take place.
Well, having been to Sedona last year, it's an incredibly mystical place. And it sounds like it's a great location for your gathering there.
Yeah, I live here most of the time, and it is a definite spiritual mecca here, very high conscious people. There's an amazing presence here of just uplifting, inspiring. So when I give these trainings here, when I give these Sacred Alchemist intensive, is usually twice a year in Sedona, and it's just a miraculous setting. So we get out on the red rocks and we do a lot of inner transfiguration, you could say. A really powerful transfiguration takes place where people emerge in who they really are and get very anchored and grounded in that true reality. And they take that home with them. They're on a whole nother level. And they've got a lot more mastery and tools and knowledge, and a ton has been cleared, and they've been freed of quite a lot by the time they go. So, yeah, it's really a joy, and it's the most perfect setting for it.
Give us some examples of the miracles with the quest.
I've seen a lot of miracles. I mean, there are tons, and there's tons of testimonials on my website, AuroraJulianaAriel.com, and so people can look that up. But a few of them one physical miracle, which doesn't always happen because once you have a physical condition, sometimes it's a journey of piece after piece you're taking over time, like when I've cured 2 incurable illnesses in myself, and one was supposed to debilitate me quickly to death. That was a journey where I needed to do a holistic approach, which I use with people all the time and put them on optimal health lifestyle programs, and then we're doing the inner work, so we're hitting it on all levels. Other times you just have an immediate miracle, and it just depends. And in this one instance, I was given the Quest training, this forum that I'm giving in October up in Aspen. And on Sunday, this one woman got me, and we were doing back-to-back where they got to be the client and they got to be the facilitator. And so I was giving her the session, and it uncovered memories, lost memories, of her in early childhood where she had been severely abused, and just in the most horrendous ways, and violated. And at that time, she didn't remember any of this, but it all made sense of how her life and relationships had played out. Now, I didn't know this other piece where the big miracle happened. But the very next day, she was at the Aspen Club working out, and I guess she was looking in the mirror, and she couldn't believe her eyes. Her legs were straight. So her trainer comes over, and he notices, and he's like, "Oh, my God, what happened?" She goes, "I don't know. I had this session with Aurora yesterday, and when I was in her weekend forum, and we cleared up this really big piece, and now, this whole lifelong ailment is gone." Well, basically, she had a deformity. She had pronated knees, and so out of that violation of her early childhood, literally her legs had formed a protective kind of a caved-in thing that made it really hard for her to bicycle and hike and all of these things her whole life. And she was in her 50s. And in one session, boom, cleared up. It was changed. And so that was big. And I've seen a lot of things where I've worked with abused women who were abused their whole lives, and invariably were drawing in every next abuser, not because they consciously wanted to have this, but invariably the subconscious programming from childhood that had wired love with abuse was, drawing in ever new scenarios until we worked together. And I've worked with numerous people in my Total Life Transformation programs, which is a 1-year program where I'm working with them weekly, and we're just hitting it on all levels, and their life is being totally transformed. And that program is in the Life Coach Counselor with people that have been training for a year with me to become life coaches and counselors. They get that same program as well as the Sacred Alchemist 1-year training. So I've worked with people that have had these dilemmas and been like in their 60s, 50s, and 40, and this has been going on their whole life, and we have been able to end it, heal it for the last time, heal all the parts of self that were creating it, put them on a new future line where they never again draw in abuse, have beautiful, flourishing relationships, marriages with very high caliber people that are not abusers, are not addicts, are not alcoholics. And it's really a miracle to watch this happen. And there's just been a ton of miracles, especially when I'm working with someone for a year. When they write their last paper of their progress, I've lost 40 pounds. I no longer have these ailments. I used to be fearful. Now I'm empowered. I used to not like myself. Now I have a healthy self-loving. I mean, it's like pages and pages and pages of changes to where people can't even believe who they were 1 year ago and who they are now. And who they are is really the truth of who they are. And what we've done is just systematically cleared out and freed them from who they never really were, but took it on, from the family patterning.
Well, that sounds pretty incredible. I know you feel very blessed to be in the middle of all those miracles, and I'm sure the Quest program certainly plays a big part of that. I
really love it.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about your free gift?
Yes, well, it is the Quest, Heal Your Life, Change Your Destiny. It's truly the best gift I could ever give anyone on the planet because it can free you from everything. It can free you to be who you really are. It can free you to find and uncover the jewel of your lost self and help you remember why you're here, help you fulfill that higher purpose and destiny. And it can unlock the past so that you are remembering important things to remember and freeing yourself of things that were encumbering or that you came to help humanity get free of. And it's all really easy. It's easy to do. It's just about having that commitment to yourself to live in the truth of who you are, to find out who you really are, and to stop living under the amnesia that we all, went under when we came here. I remember where I'm from, who I am, why I'm here. I'm living that higher destiny. I am clearing things fast, so I have very little downtime. No matter how horrendous a tsunami hits, I am freeing myself from it and all humanity, and because all my sessions go global. And so, it's a very possible, not fantastical way to live. And if you're sick of the downtime, if you're sick of believing you are so much less than you really are or not seeing yourself clearly, if you're sick of being limited and feeling less than or unworthy or deprived or in horrible relationships or financial circumstances, then roll up your sleeves and follow me. Let's all be masters here, fulfilling the highest destiny that we can.
Well, that sounds pretty terrific. Aurora, I really want to thank you for being here, for sharing your extraordinary wisdom with the audience. I know there's certainly a lot of this they can take away from our discussion. If they want to get a hold of you, take advantage of your many gifts, your spiritual gifts, how would they go about doing that?
Okay, you can go on my website, aurorajulianaariel.com, and you can sign up for my newsletter, and that allows you to have 50% off on any of my sessions over the next 33 days. As well, and there's a big menu, so there's a lot of beautiful offerings. There's a lot of music books, audios, 33-day self-actualization programs. There's the one-year program that you can see if you want to work with me one-on-one, and I can only take a few people a year in that because I also train people as life coaches and counselors with the Quest. So, if you're interested in any of those programs, let me know. And then I have a mentorship program starting at 6 months now for 4 people. That is a total life transformation program. I'll be working with the group. And so that is discounted, it usually is half price a month, which is $1,000, and in this, since we're going to do a group of 4, it's only $500. It's $498 a month. So I've got a lot. I've got these intensives coming up. I have the Oracle Tour in the glorious ancient sites of Greece next May. So to keep abreast of all the global healing forums and the monthly teleworkshops and all that, you want to get my newsletter, and that way you'll know everything and you can click on things and see whatever you would like. But there is a huge offering. And I also have a virtual healing temple, so you can receive amazing sessions from myself and some of my graduates, everything from transformational hypnosis to TheQuest to my soul remedy healing, sacred alchemy Ho'oponopono, life clearings, and we have creating your inner healing temple and all kinds of amazing offerings to help you heal your life, actualize your greatest potential, and fulfill your highest destiny.
Mm-hmm. Well, that all sounds terrific. I think I wrote down about half of it, so I know you got a bunch of great stuff there. And again, I want to thank you for sharing all this wonderful information with us, and may you, God, continue to bless you in your world healing ministry and all that you are and do.
Thank you so much, Michael. It's been a joy to be here, and blessings, everyone, and hopefully my information today and this entire, my whole adult life of pioneering work and everything I've been through to bring this to you will have been helpful, and that truly is my joy.
Well, very good. You have a blessed day.
Okay, thank you so much, Michael.
Bye-bye now.